The billionaire manifestation secret you were never told: 99% of people are trying to manifest success, but they're making one crucial mistake without even realizing it. And here's the wildest part: billionaires aren't using what the average person thinks of as the law of attraction. Instead, they use something even more powerful, a hidden rule of the universe that guarantees success if you apply it. And once you know this secret, you'll never look at success the same way again. But before I reveal this billionaire manifestation rule, I have to ask. Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right, visualizing, affirming, believing, but success still feels just out of reach? If so, you're about to discover why, and the truth. It's not your fault, the billion-dollar secret they don't want you to know. Let me tell you a quick story. In 1994, a young man was on the verge of bankruptcy. His business was failing, debt was piling up, and he was desperate. He had studied all the self-help books, tried every manifestation technique, but nothing was working. Then, he discovered one fundamental shift that changed everything. What happened next? He went from near bankruptcy to building a billion-dollar empire. And here's the crazy part: he didn't work harder. He didn't suddenly get lucky. He simply tapped into the hidden manifestation law that billionaires use daily. I'll reveal exactly what it is in a moment. But first, let's expose the biggest lie about manifestation that's keeping you stuck. The biggest manifestation lie: most people believe that manifesting success is about wanting something really badly and then waiting for the universe to deliver it. But that's completely wrong. The law of assumption, as taught by Neville Goddard, says something radically different. Success doesn't come from wanting. It comes from assuming it's already yours. Billionaires don't hope for success. They don't even chase it. They assume success as an inevitable fact. Jeff Bezos didn't start Amazon thinking, "I hope this works." He assumed, before it was even profitable, that it was destined to dominate. Elon Musk didn't wish Tesla would be successful. He acted as if it already was, and that's why it became reality. Now, here's where it gets really interesting: the billionaire assumption rule. There's a reason why the wealthiest people seem to have an unshakable belief in themselves, even when everyone else doubts them. They're applying the billionaire assumption rule. It works like this: 1. They assume success is inevitable. Not possible. Not maybe. Inevitable. 2. They act from the end result. They move as if they already are the billionaire version of themselves. 3. They never let external reality dictate their inner belief. Most people fail at manifestation because they wait for proof before they believe. Billionaires believe first, and the proof follows. Now, if you're thinking, that sounds simple, but how do I actually do it? You're in for a surprise, because in the next 60 seconds, I'm going to give you the exact billionaire manifestation technique you can start using today. And once you see this, you'll understand why some people effortlessly attract success, while others stay stuck. The power of identity-based manifestation, the number one thing stopping you from manifesting success. Your current self-image. Right now, you might be thinking about success, but deep down, you still identify as someone trying to be successful, and as long as you keep seeing yourself that way, manifestation will feel slow and difficult. Here's how billionaires actually manifest success. Step 1. Assume the end is already yours. Neville Goddard's core teaching: live in the end. Don't just visualize success. Assume it. Feel it as already real. Instead of thinking, "I want to be successful," shift to, "I am a billionaire. Success is my nature." This isn't daydreaming, it's rewiring reality. Step 2. Align actions with the assumption. Billionaires don't wait for evidence. They create it. If you were already a billionaire, how would you think, act, and make decisions? Start embodying that now. Not later. Not when you feel ready. Now. Step 3. Ignore the 3D reality until it catches up. Your outer world is a delayed reflection of your inner assumptions. Most people quit because they don't see instant results. But billionaires know, reality bends only after your belief is unshakable. This is why doubt is the ultimate manifestation killer. If you assume success as inevitable, the universe must reflect it back to you. Remember the man I told you about earlier? The one who was drowning in debt and on the verge of losing everything. That man was Jim Carrey. before he became one of the highest paid actors in the world, he was struggling. He had no money, no connections, and no real opportunities. But instead of focusing on his current reality, he applied a powerful law of assumption technique that changed everything. One night, sitting on a hill in Hollywood, he wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered. He assumed it was already his. Every day, he lived in that reality. He acted, walked, and spoke as if his success was inevitable. Years later, he got a role in Dumb and Dumber, and his paycheck. Exactly $10 million. It wasn't luck. It wasn't coincidence. It was assumption turning into reality. Your manifestation challenge starts now, so now, ask yourself, are you assuming success, or are you still waiting for proof? If Jim Carrey had waited for reality to show him evidence, he'd still be struggling. But he became the version of himself who had it, long before the world reflected it back, and you can do the same. So here's your challenge: write down your future reality as if it already happened. Every day, assume it's done, act as the person who already has it. Most people never commit to this. But those who do, they're the ones who manifest billionaire-level success. So, success isn't something you chase, it's something you become. Billionaires don't just wish for success, they assume it's already theirs. They operate from a mindset where success is inevitable, not just possible. If you've ever felt stuck, frustrated, or like manifestation isn't working for you, it's because you've been waiting for external proof instead of creating it from within. The exact formula for manifesting like a billionaire: 1. Assume the end is already yours, stop hoping and start being. The law of assumption, as taught by Neville Goddard, states that what you assume as true will eventually harden into fact. If you keep thinking of yourself as someone trying to be successful, success will always remain just out of reach. Instead, shift to, I am successful. It is done. 2. Align your actions with the assumption, every billionaire moves as if success is already guaranteed. They don't wait for validation, they act from certainty. Ask yourself, how would I think, behave, and make decisions if I were already successful? Then start living that way, right now. 3. Ignore 3D reality until it catches up. The biggest mistake people make is reacting to their current circumstances instead of persisting in their assumption. Your reality is just a reflection of past beliefs. If you let temporary setbacks shake you, you break the manifestation process. Instead, hold the belief until the world bends to match it. Remember Jim Carrey? Before he became a household name, he was broke, struggling, and unknown. But instead of focusing on his current situation, he applied the law of assumption. He wrote himself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered and carried it with him daily. He didn't just wish for success, he assumed it. He acted, walked, and spoke as if it was already true. And what happened? A few years later, he landed a role in Dumb and Dumber, and his paycheck was exactly $10 million. It wasn't luck. It wasn't coincidence. It was the billionaire assumption rule in action. Now, it's your turn. Most people never commit to this mindset. They get caught up in doubts, second-guessing, and waiting for proof. But those who truly embrace it, they become the creators of their reality. So, here's your challenge: write down your future reality as if it's already true. Every day, assume it's done, act as the person who already has it. Most will hesitate. But those who persist, they're the ones who manifest billionaire-level success. The question is, will you be one of them?